Welcome back, guys, to the second half of day number 1 of the Latte Home Shopping KeSPA Cup. I am Valdez. With me today is Moonglade.
Hello. Good to be back, Valdez.
Yeah, we had our lunch, and we're back re-energized. We got some more coffee. Ready to get into these matches.
We did indeed. And they also switched out the Dreamcasters. A couple of them had to switch out.
Yeah, now it's time for the Pro League casters back here as well. We are Pro League casters.
Yeah, we are indeed. We're the one and only, man. We've been doing this for what, 4 hours now?
Yeah, something like that. We started at 2, and now it's 6:22. So
good effort there. Only getting started though, halfway through.
Yeah.
First match is going to be jjakji versus herO.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty cool. I think this is going to be the first PBT of the day. Yes, it will be. You guys can see what happened in the first half of today. If you missed it, Flash able to go through over Curious 3-0. Classic taking out Rogue 3-2. And then Sue crushing San, even mistaking his build, messing it up, and still crushing him.
Yeah.
3-0.
Expanding to the wrong side of the gold base without any gases. Still proceeds to mass enough Hydras to just slaughter what San has. San's really got to go back and rethink his PvZ, man, because it was very underwhelming today.
Yeah, that was some strange play from him. He was playing almost too safe. There was no pressure. He was just like sitting there and dying. It was just very strange.
Literally sitting there and dying.
Yeah.
But things are going to take a change of pace now with herO and jjakji. herO, no doubt, the favorite going into this one. Let's see what jjakji can do, though. You know, he's a dangerous Terran player.
Yeah. Also, herO has been on a weak path. I wouldn't say a slump, really, not yet. Not doing the best play ever. herO playing in 3rd consecutive KeSPA Cup, challenging to repeat.
Yep. Then we got first KeSPA Cup for jjakji ever, and then first time facing each other. Wow. So that's actually pretty surprising. It's actually taking this long.
Yeah. I think both of these guys have been around for quite a long time.
Yeah, absolutely.
They've never played each other, huh?
herO looks pretty ripped in this picture.
Yeah, he does. Look at those forearms.
But
is that like Photoshopped hair onto his arms? It's kind of interesting.
Yeah, either way, man, I'm impressed. They had some really cool graphics for this, actually. You know, the intro is really badass pictures they got.
Very nice. And herO, by the way, was the championship of the last KeSPA Cup here, so he was able to defeat Dark in a best of 7, 4-3.
This must be what they mean by challenging to repeat. To repeat a second win in a row, perhaps.
Yeah, that is what they said.
Yeah. All right. Double checking.
You're correct.
Double checking there. All right, getting warmed up here. I'm sure we're gonna have a little map ceremony now. He's doing the same pose. herO's doing the exact same pose as that picture.
Yeah. He knows about his forearms. He just wants to show them off.
Yeah.
He's been doing those forearm curls.
Yep, those hammer curls. Getting big.
Oh, man, I love hammer curls.
Yeah, they're good fun.
Yeah. Dash and Terminal.
Yeah.
Is banned here by the Terran.
And what is herO going to go for here?
Coda. Coda, yeah, makes sense. Terran map.
Seen a lot of Zergs vote out that map against Protoss as well. Not the right style. I understand why he got rid of Dash and Terminal too. That looks like a pretty easy map to defend drops on.
Yeah.
Compared to
also, the third base is like so easy for the Protoss to defend. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. It's just I definitely like Protoss on that map for sure. Moonlight Madness here, game number 1. Starting off with Moonglade's map.
Yep, and made this map. Not to whoever did it in Team Liquid.
No, not that guy.
Terraform number 2. And all right, Iron Fortress number 3. A couple of new maps to start things off. Going back into the Iron Fortress. And make sure you guys note that these newer maps, these players have had like a few days at most to practice on.
Yeah, it's something like 2 or 3 days for some of these guys. At most.
At most. Like, they've had Pro League to worry about up to this point. They've had Star League to worry about up to this point. There's really been no need to learn these new maps until the KeSPA Cup came along.
Let's go into an interview VCR now with our 2 players.
네, 안녕하세요. CJ 엔투스 김준호입니다. 네, 요새 대회가 많아서 정신없이 보내고 있는데 그만큼 연습은 많이 했으니까 좋은 경기력 보여드릴 수 있을 것 같아요. 일단 우승자이기 때문에 경계하는 선수들이 많을 것 같은데 저 만나면 일단 집 빨리 갈 준비부터 하시면 될 것 같아요. 이번 시즌에도 응원 많이 해주시면 전 시즌처럼 우승으로 보답해드릴 테니까 많이 응원해주세요.
안녕하세요. 스페누 테란 정지훈입니다. 이번에 예선을 뚫고 진출하게 됐는데 요즘 분위기가 좀 좋다고 생각해서 본선에서도 잘하고 싶어요. 이렇게 한국에서 단기 대회에 참여하는 게 처음인데 해외에서 많이 해왔기 때문에 열심히 해서 좋은 성적 거두도록 하겠습니다. 이번에 처음으로 KeSPA Cup 진출하게 됐는데 많이 응원해 주셨으면 좋겠습니다.
요새 게임을 쉬지 않고 하고 있기 때문에 경기력이 물이 올랐다고 봐도 되는데 상대 선수가 긴장하셔야 될 것 같아요.
누가 되든 연습 열심히 하고 오셔야 될 것 같아요.
So another Korean interview there. herO just saying whoever's going up against me should be very careful. Go home and practice a lot first before you come and play against me. Very confident coming into this one. And jjakji just saying, you know, I've done a lot overseas. I have a ton of experience. And, you know, even so, I'm still going to have to go into this one very carefully and prepare a lot before I face anyone. I think these interviews were taken before they even knew who their opponent was.
Yeah.
Because they don't mention each other ever.
Yeah, that's actually a good point.
They're always just like, whoever I play against, I will just have to.
Yeah. Well, jjakji certainly got the short end of the stick here, up against one of the better PvTers in herO. There's such a powerful style with his Gateway Colossus. He's so good at defending up until the point he has to move out. Loves his upgrades, loves his double forges. I doubt we're going to see him mix it up much. It's simply about defending the early mine drops and bring it into that mid game where he shines.
Yeah. Gonna be curious to see how PvT has turned out in some of these new maps. We'll just get a feel for them today with some of the best players in the world over here in Korea. Got to see how they decide to play the maps. Even on this little amount of preparation, we've seen some like prepared builds for the maps anyway.
Yeah, we
so
have.
far.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, we haven't seen too much of herO since Pro League. Besides that, he qualified for Shenzhen, defeating a couple of Protoss players, Traffic Classic. Not too much recently. herO's just going to be a bit under the radar. jjakji, on the other hand, he's more of the mysterious player here. He qualified for KeSPA Cup, defeating Zest, Beyond, Creator, and Silky. Whoever Silky is. Bad luck, Silky.
Oh boy.
And he also failed in Star League, losing to TY. So, you know, defeating Zest though, defeating Zest and Creator and Beyond, that is huge.
That is really big.
He must be playing very well recently.
The game that he lost to Bravo in Pro League, I saw him, he didn't look the best, but I think he's been practicing a lot here in Korea, and you know, he's been around a while. I'm sure he's got a lot of great players that are friends and are willing to practice with him. So I think he's definitely getting much better. I think we'll see a much more solid jjakji here, solid Terran play from him than we saw in Pro League recently.
Yeah, I definitely think so. He's got a little bit more room to play these games out too. You know, it's a best of 5 series. You can get a little bit more comfortable than a best of 1 builds. And starting off on a new map too, you know, it's what might be his best shot at trying to shake up herO. jjakji's had a lot more time to sit there and just practice these newer maps, where herO's had to like focus on Pro League a lot of the time, Star League a lot of the time. GSL even, he's got a lot of responsibilities that have nothing to do with this current map pool.
Yeah, that was actually one of the other things, I'm glad you reminded me, that he said in the interview. He's like, I'm just playing game after game, tournament after tournament. I have no time to even breathe. Like, I'm just straight playing Starcraft, like all day, every day these days. And he feels like he's kind of in a groove now. He feels okay because of that. He says he feels like a little bit off, you know, in terms of his mindset, but still feeling good in terms of his Starcraft play.
Certainly a much more successful player than jjakji as well, and more experience. jjakji might have had that overseas experience, but herO had that overseas experience plus winning those tournaments.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, both these guys very, very experienced, but I would still give herO the upper hand. He's been here in Korea for a longer time, and he's been very successful in Korea for a very long time. Definitely, I feel in a better place. I think those qualifiers also were online. Correct me if I'm wrong. Or was that Star League?
For jjakji,
Yeah.
he qualified online for KeSPA Cup.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that also could have had a small bit into this. Maybe he's a bit nervous. I wouldn't think so from jjakji, but it's also a possibility. Maybe feeling better on those online tournaments.
Yeah, things definitely change up when you're in that booth. Moonlight Madness starting things off here, Valdez.
Very interesting map. We saw an awesome PvZ on this one. Rogue playing a pretty heavy Muta style, trying to pull that Protoss apart of Classic, but it didn't quite work. Now you get to see if the Terran can pull apart the Protoss. That's always the goal when you're playing Protoss. Let's jump into the game, guys. Game number 1 on Moonlight Madness.
CJ엔투스 히어로 김준호 vs 스베누 짝지 정재훈.
Up here in the top right in the yellow from CJentus. Also the former victor of the KeSPA Cup. It is herO.
That is a cool pin.
It is.
Down here in the bottom left, the challenger, the underdog, jjakji. Looking to make a splash like he did once upon a time in GSL. Can he do it again? It's been a few years.
He's just another one of these veteran Terrans that Spenu has picked up recently. I mean, they also got Bomber. They got MMA. I think there's one other. Maybe not. So many of those guys on Spenu recently. He is the Viper.
And he is an NS Hoso fan, perhaps?
Something like that. He's like, oh, I have to hold it?
Like, oh.
Like, I don't want to hold this.
Interesting picture. It kind of looks like you, Valdez.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Moonlight.
You with some little glasses.
And some drawn-on hair, right?
Yeah. Well,
Really messy.
I think you grow that eventually. Just need to grow up a little bit more.
You were one of the guys who was trying to tell me to grow out my hair even longer.
I'd love to see that. I want to see you with long hair, Valdez.
We could be the long hair boys.
Yeah, man. Everyone should grow long hair. I think it should be a rule.
Why?
Because it looks sexy, Valdez. It's the only reason.
I'm like, you're going to have to try harder to convince me, Ringblade. I'm not convinced yet.
I don't know. I think you do just fine, Valdez.
I wouldn't say I've tried, but I've been lazy over the summers back when I was like a teenager, and I had like hair almost down to my shoulders.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How'd that
But it
make
didn't
you
look
feel?
good.
How do you know?
Well,
you were young back then, Valdez. You didn't know everything, man.
Well, I mean,
You were
I
a
could
young
show you
boy.
some pictures. It was.
I'd love to see that.
Yeah, I can show you. We'll post some on Twitter.
Yeah, man.
Throwback Thursdays or Tuesdays. I don't know which one. Is that still a thing? Do people still do that?
Do you need a day for that?
Well, I think there was one day where people were, but
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah, some sports people.
I never did that. No, I wasn't really what I do. I could.
You're not that kind of person.
I
Ringblade?
could, but they're like very like sad pictures. Like when I was like a teenage nerd, and I looked like I never ate food or anything. I was like,
Well, I'm sure a lot of us were like that.
yeah, I was such a scrawny kid. Back in the
Yeah,
Warcraft 3 days, man.
What age were you when you were at like the height of your Warcraft 3 career?
It was like 17, 18, 19. Like was pretty much when I did a lot of Warcraft 3 stuff inside and outside Australia.
It's cool.
Yeah, man. I was young. It's like 10 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep.
How time flies.
I'm an old man. Keep telling everyone that. No one
Aren't
believes
we
me.
all?
You're pretty old, fellas.
Yeah, I'm getting there. It's getting closer to my 24th birthday.
Wow.
It's It's kind of scary. I'm getting close to 25, you know?
Really? You know, it's, look at that. 8 days until I'm 29, Valdez.
Oh, boy.
We're going to have
We
to
got to do something for your birthday, man.
We're going to have to get drunk so I forget, man.
At least you're not 30. I mean, you got an extra year for
I
that.
got a year,
right?
man. I'm on the countdown now. The timer's running out.
Who is it that just turned 30? I think it was Tasus, right?
Tasus did, yeah.
Sorry, Tasus. If you're watching, it's fine.
He says he feels exactly the same there, but I don't believe him.
That's the way it's supposed to feel. Like,
No.
age is just a number, Moonblade.
I think something happens, man.
What happens?
Something clicks,
Your mindset changes.
maybe. I'm not sure. I don't want to find out.
All right, well, we got a game going on here.
Oh,
Yeah,
I guess you're right. Well,
this is our job, Moonblade. Did he not see that? Observer, you didn't see it.
no.
You didn't see it.
Wow, that's actually huge.
And this is going to be a bit more aggressive,
This
mind
is-
you.
this
This
is-
is 3 gates.
Way more aggressive than what herO usually does, but it is a smaller map. Rush distance is a lot shorter as well. You keep applying the pressure now. Maybe get something done. This Widowmine is in a great place, though. Oh, man. That is dangerous.
Watch out, Mr. Chandelier.
Chandelier's
Mrs.
looking.
Chandelier.
Mrs. Chandelier. He sees it there. So smart.
Wow.
Mrs. Chandelier saves her life.
It would
All
be
right.
kind of weird calling a man Mothership Core, but you know.
Well, SCV is going to get a huge scat off here. It's going to see the 3 gates. Going to see the Twilight, I believe.
Well, he sees the 3 gates. You see this a huge number of stalkers. He definitely knows what's coming his way.
Yep.
Question is, will he have enough to stop it here? It's a lot of Marines, but it's only Marines.
Yeah, that's not enough Marines either. And once Blink is finished, it's going to be a pretty easy pickoff. That bunker, though, is going to be up in time.
That's really big.
That is huge.
Once Blink finishes, he can definitely get to poking at it, but he also has to be very careful about the Widowmine slowly popping out here. Even that tank being made by jjakji.
Oh, wow. He's full defensive mode here. And you might get away with it, too. That Widowmine already reset at that pylon.
Oh, man. He can blink over this, and
Oh,
he can just
yeah.
go in the back. Oh, boy.
Well, there's already a bunker there, thankfully, and a bunch of
Okay.
Marines, so he is expecting it,
All
but
right.
there is no Widowmines in place.
I was getting scared. I'm like, dude, this map for Terran, I don't know.
Oh, wow. He's fully committed. He's actually blinking past. This is insane.
Now
Tank.
this tank popping out with a lot of protection.
Oh, man, this tank's going to create a lot of trouble. But
Well, he's going to blink down here, get some more kills, and possibly eventually blink out the front.
we're getting a taste of this map, that's for sure. Oh, what am I going to say good day once more?
Tastes delicious, Moonglade.
I'm liking it. I'm liking the taste of this map.
Yeah.
Look at this. He's going to avoid the Widowmine. Tastes like chocolate.
Do you know why you like the taste, Moonglade? Because it's your map.
It is.
That's why.
It's the Moonlight Madness
If
map.
I say that enough, it's probably going to become known.
If you say it enough,
it's going to be like a huge mistake, and the guy who made the map is actually going to feel really bad.
it's like eventually just going to come true.
They'll like switch the name to your name, actually, somehow. Oh, man.
It'd be so wrong. I feel so bad. This guy that made the map should be like honored. Ooh, not going to find killing that bunker there and losing a stalker for it.
That was a aggressive blink.
Yeah, he was actually really trying to do some real damage there. He's going to have to transition, and Double Forge is the name of the game once again.
Yep. This is herO we're watching.
That is his name.
CJ herO.
What he does. Another blink in the back, but he's going to be running into 2 tanks, 2 bunkers, and a bunch of bio.
Yeah, I think he's got to be very careful. You got to send the observer first. You can't do another blink like
oh,
that.
yeah, man. Boom. That's the warning shot.
Boom.
Stay back. Protoss.
I mean, at the same time, even though hero's not finding any more damage, he's still done a lot of damage, and at the same time, his upgrades are going to be so far ahead. First of all, the stim is super late. He forced out 2 tanks, which are not going to be good against Protoss eventually.
Yeah, there.
He's taken his ultra safe 3rd base.
I do like his position. Let's see if jjakji makes use of these tanks, too. You know, he could still use them, make some sort of interesting play with them, as it is a pretty tricky map to fight into. A lot of quirky places you could put them when you look around.
Yeah, I suppose. Warp Prism making its way across the map. Hello.
G'day, g'day. Hello to you too, Valdez.
That's what he's about to say.
Oh.
Yeah. No missile turret here in the main.
No,
I was just
nothing.
saying he was making one like safely at the front, but if herO was going for DTs, which he's not, would be kind of scary.
Yeah. Well, you know, here is just pretty content with this style that we see here from him most PVTs, where he does go for that, you know, aggressive, almost defensive Blink Stalker play into double Forge, later third Colossus. And from there, he just plays the upgrade game where he tries to get ahead and stay ahead with upgrades.
Yeah, that's exactly what he's doing. Gonna have that Twilight Council already complete. Gonna start 2-2 right away. Almost definitely here.
Good place for him.
Now he's already got his third Nexus out. Look at that immediate 2-2 coming down.
That is instant.
Yeah. That just shows you like how much importance he places on that.
Yeah, look at this. This third base going down at the mineral patch, but it could get canceled if that Wolfenson decides to drop as well.
Well, that was the wrong time to salvage the bunker. Stem out here, it's going to be still okay to push that out, but he's forcing the army all the way to the front while he has this Warp Prism lurking at the back.
Oh man, you know, this drop could actually do so much damage. He's so lucky that he has a pylon and a scout. He's got to get everything over there ASAP, but nothing is in position for it.
Where's the Mothership Core? It's not over here. Here come the Colossi, but that's a lot of Marauders. He's got to be very careful about that. Looks like it's not going to be enough, though.
No, just not enough.
Oh, here comes the drop.
Oh man. Finally, the drop's going to happen. It could cancel that third base, mind you. Going to go for the main instead, though, and that main is empty.
Yeah, this is kind of a rough map in terms of defending drop harass because there's so many bases all spread out, especially for the Protoss. Keeping everything in one place is never going to do so well for you.
Yeah, absolutely not. Look at this. Now the Natural under fire. Good position once again from herO there, sitting around the main base. 2-2 nearly finished as well, mind you. This drop harassment is killing a lot of SCVs.
Already getting 9, and jjakji not able to get the same amount of damage over on the other side of the map. jjakji right now down to 41 workers to the 61 of herO.
Yeah, already incredibly behind. And herO hasn't really even begun. He's done some very simple harassment so far. He didn't really find much. He found a little bit with the Blink Stalkers. More so with that 3 Zealot drop there. Just really way too much damage.
I think herO forgot his gases at his third base. He never took them.
He never took them, but sometimes that's on purpose because you want to just invest a lot into the gateway units, a lot into Zealots. He does have charge on the way.
It's true, but I mean, look at this gas bank compared to his minerals. It's
yeah. It looks like he might be gearing up for more of a timing than anything else. This quad drop got completely scattered out by that Observer, mind you.
And he has noticed this, by the way. He's moving into position.
Yeah, same time there. Got units coming around the back door.
Uh-oh. That Nexus seems very snipeable.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? So do the probe. And 4 go down, 5 will be deflected. Quad drop doesn't find too much.
Oh! He gets it!
Oh!
Gets the medevac on its way out.
Big hit.
Very nicely done.
And yeah, it looks like hero's simply going to stay at the 2-2. He doesn't want to invest in the 3-3.
Could be more of that timing you were talking about. Here comes 11 2-2 Zealots into that third base.
Yeah, this is what we're looking for here. He's got that very healthy mineral income. And
There's not even a bunker
this
here.
Third is completely empty. Here, just only realized that there's actually a base there now. And a lot of SCVs are going to go down once again. They're not being pulled, which I think is a huge mistake from jjakji.
It is. Loses 10 of them. And mind you, these Zealots very heavily upgraded.
Oh man, 14 SCVs going down. And now, units getting caught out in the middle of the map. Pulling forward, not going to get a kill.
Ooh. Close. The Zealots just don't die. We're watching this happen.
Yep, 2-2 against 1-0. And now 3-3 is on the way as well.
And DTs are on the map.
Oh man.
Oh boy.
That is an empty main base. And once again, this time, no charge to save the day. If he splits them up, it's going to create such havoc. Going to need 2 scans at least. Oh, while the Natural gets TPS down. Everything's just going wrong at once for jjakji. He's not in place.
Look at this domination right now. Third base gets totally, pulled. The main forces all the units to go back in there. There's no missile turret. DTs do a ton of damage. The natural gets sacked. The entire Protoss army is right there. And I think that's going to be it. I don't know what jjakji can do right now.
Yeah, well, I mean, jjakji's got a lot of winter mines to do, and he's got like a pretty big army going for a massive drop. Really? Gets as many smokers? It's going to be ambitious at best.
GG. Well then.
Just out of position, man, that whole game.
Interesting. Very good game there from herO, though. Very, very solid. He's looking on point.
Yeah, he looks exactly what we expected of him. You know, he's not mixing up too much. He went for a bit more of an aggressive Blink Stalker play. He didn't find too many. He got like 6 SCVs from his troubles, but it did force out such a defensive movement from jjakji, making those tanks, slowing down all the drops that he might be wanting to do.
And it seemed like herO was very practiced for the map. He had his units pretty much in position every single time. You know, at the third base when the drops were coming in finally from jjakji,